Hello again everyone, Colton here with Hotshot Off-Road, and if you've got an empty receiver hitch on your pickup right now, we've got something kind of cool for you. It's called the HitchPod, and I can show you what it is, what it does, and how to install one coming up. Let's go. Getting up close and personal here with the HitchPod, you can see we have one already assembled and installed here in the Tundra, but the main component you're going to be dealing with, of course, is going to be the HitchPod itself, developed and produced in the USA by MESO Customs. It is an injection molded plastic piece designed to go into a 2-inch receiver and fit the S1 perfectly. And then of course, the S1 itself. And this is a well-known product at this point, but one of the smallest and most powerful single chip LED units available. I'll show you how well they do together. As far as parts go, you're going to need a drill with a bit that is the same size as your hitch pin. Right here I have a Forstner bit. You can always use a step bit or a different type of bit just to get the same size as this. I recommend something close. You could go slightly larger, but you run the risk of having a little bit of extra slop in that hitch pod, and I certainly don't like that, at least for my personal taste. A 3mm Allen key to tighten the side screws on the S1. The Baja Designs S1 itself. Just as a side note, these parts bags will come with all of the S1s. The only thing that most of you might need for this is going to potentially be this weather pack connector that comes in here if you're doing your own wiring. A hitch pin. This one's a 5/8 hitch pin. I am not endorsing this hitch pin in any way. I would certainly like a locking one. And I'll be honest, all of the ones I have tried, I've been displeased with. They either were too short for this Tundra, or I just didn't like the locking mechanism on them. So if anybody's got any recommendations, I'll certainly take those. Of course, the HitchPod itself. And then if you decide to go with one of our plug-and-play wiring harnesses, you're gonna need a couple extra tools. So here, just a small flat-bladed screwdriver just to help take free any of the electrical connections. Then a T30 Torx. That'll be different for every vehicle, but for this Tundra, to get the screws off to get the taillight out, that will be the necessary size. And then of course, our plug-and-play harnesses, if you choose to go that route. These are set up to tap the reverse circuit so that if you plug these in properly, whenever the truck goes into reverse, the S1 will kick on. For the first step of the install here, you're gonna need the HitchPod itself and your Sharpie marker. Make your way down to the hitch. All right, now that we're down here, step one, remove the sticker. And then go ahead, making sure that these holes are down, insert the HitchPod. So when designing this, the holes aren't pre-drilled because the depth of the hitch pin is different across just about every vehicle. So take and insert this all the way, and then take your Sharpie and mark just inside here, mark a hole. And make sure to do it on both sides. Making sure to find the center of the circles you just drew, go ahead and punch those holes out. So next up is going to be the S1 into the HitchPod itself. Make sure the orientation of these screw holes line up. But go ahead, feed the tail end of the S1 through. Push it in, and then it'll fit pretty snug. So go ahead and push, and it'll kind of snap into place, and you can see the screw holes line up. Take these, and we'll just hand start the first one here, and then we'll tighten the second one. Just making sure everything was all lined up. And we can tighten these all the way down. Make sure when you're tightening them, the head of this screw is actually going to sink into the plastic somewhat. So you're going to want to make sure that that is right near flush. Then that way it'll slide into the hitch itself cleanly. So you'll feel a little resistance here. Don't over tighten, but know that it will and it's okay that it depresses into the plastic a little bit. Go ahead now and feed the tail end of the S1 into the hitch. Slide the hitch pod in, and then go ahead and put in your hitch pin. From here, what you're gonna have is just the tail end of the S1. Some people are gonna use it as a chase light. A lot of folks are gonna use this as a reverse supplement. Right now, we'll move on to showing you how to use our plug-and-play harnesses for this current gen Tundra. So the process for using our plug-and-play harnesses is going to be pretty much the same for every vehicle as far as the basic process goes. Step one is going to be to get the tail light out, and then step two is just to unplug the proper plug our harness in, and then route it down to the S1. So this Tundra is going to have a T30 Torx here and here. We'll get those removed to pull this tail light out. This tail light, once these T30s are out, actually goes away from the truck. It doesn't come straight back, similar to like the Tacomas, but this one actually goes out away from the truck to break it free. So we'll take these T30s out, and then we'll pop out this tail light. Okay, so now that we got this tail light out, this here is your reverse plug. So we're gonna need to make sure to get this plug taken out. Now here is our harness. So this plug right here is the one that goes back to the vehicle because it's mirroring what we just took off. So we'll plug this in here. And then the other side is gonna go right into your existing wiring. Then you've got the weather pack lead here. Feed that down into underneath the bed to where you'll meet up with the open end of that S1. Down underneath, we got this cable that we routed down, and we're just trying to get it to where the S1 is. We do have some body pieces or some metal here in the way for the trailer hitch assembly itself, so I actually recommend going up and over, just trying to route a little better to keep the wire hidden. So we'll route this up and around and make a path down to that S1. So we did make our harnesses pretty close to length, but if you do have some extra, go ahead and zip tie it and hide it away somewhere. Now it's time to put everything back together. I better hurry up, it's getting dark. One thing that you're going to find with the newfound power of the HitchPod and the S1 here is it does have a tendency to kind of blow out the cameras for some vehicles. On the Tundra here, what I did is I increased the contrast and decreased the brightness, and that helps reduce some of that. I will ultimately be upgrading the reverse bulbs as well, which will help smooth that entire light situation out in the back, but you'll have to pop into the settings on your own vehicle just to make sure you're getting the maximum value out of the HitchPod here. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, my name is Colton with Hotshot Off-Road. Thanks for joining in for the MESO HitchPod overview and install. If you guys want to pick one of those up, we do have those in stock over at hotshotoffroad.com. And then, of course, we got the Tundra build here. We'll be documenting everything we do on that over on Instagram, so please follow us there if you have not yet. Again, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Take care.